Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge.
All I got is bourbon.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Yes, we're back at it with Wild Turkey, Austin Nichols, the Archives. Yes, the gold foil 16-year-old, aka the bottle I just spent $400 on. Oh man, hopefully this is worth it. Hopefully it's worth it. I'm sure it is. I hope so. But when you think about Wild Turkey in general, what do you think of? To me, I think of Wild Turkey is probably honestly the most respected large distillery, hands down, right? And there's a lot of big distilleries out there, don't get me wrong. But when I think of like the really big boys, they are one of the most respected big time distilleries that's out there. So a lot of love for Wild Turkey from everyone in the community, as well as myself, yours truly as well. But when you think about the Archives, when you think about Austin Nichols, where's that all that kind of come from? Like the name, the background. I'll kind of dive into it very high level. So early 1900s, Austin Nichols was actually a wholesaler, meaning that they would literally buy whiskey from the open market and they would put the bourbon out in their name, Austin Nichols. There was an executive, like I think it was like early 1940, there was an executive who was taking a group of hunters out. They were going turkey hunting. And of course, obviously, if you're going turkey hunting, you're going to bring some of your own bourbon. So he brought his own Austin Nichols bourbon with him. After a few years, the hunters kept saying, hey, you should bring some of that Wild Turkey bourbon with you. The name stuck, right? So a couple years later in 1942, Austin Nichols kind of rebranded as Austin Nichols Wild Turkey. And that's where the name Wild Turkey was kind of born from that whole story, which is really cool. So at that point in time, they were sourcing whiskey. So again, Austin Nichols was truly sourcing whiskey primarily from a distillery at that point in time called Ripsey Gold, right? Two different owners, Ripsey and Gold. They were sourcing it from them. And then from like 1942 to like 1970, they were still sourcing whiskey. Finally, in 1970, they end up actually buying the distillery that they were sourcing the whiskey from. It changed name from Ripsey Gold over to Boulevard Distillery, but they bought Boulevard Distillery in the early 1970s, and being that they now owned it, they didn't have to source it anymore, and it was their own whiskey, and they changed the name officially to Wild Turkey. So that's like the whole story of Austin Nichols, the link to the name Wild Turkey, etc. Very cool story. So you might be wondering, Judge, this whole gold foil edition, where does that come from? So fast forward to like mid 1980s, obviously now Wild Turkey's been in existence officially as Wild Turkey. And in the mid 80s, no one was drinking bourbon. Honestly, I mean, no one was drinking bourbon. Not to the level it is today. And obviously, like right around like COVID, when bourbon hit like a boom, right? No one was drinking bourbon in the mid 80s. It was very much like a down era for bourbon. So what did Wild Turkey do? Wild Turkey released a gold foil edition, kind of shown here. It was supposed to be like a top of the line product. Essentially, it was aged 12 years, 101 proof, as you can see it right here on the inside, which is beautiful, by the way. It was a very bold and robust whiskey, especially for that age and that time period where not a lot of people were sipping whiskey. And that one was referred to as the cheesy gold foil because it truly had a cheesy gold foil. And I'll fly in a picture so you guys can see a picture of the original one. Fast forward to where we are today. So of course, everyone knows, the Russells family. And now, if you think about it, Bruce Russell is really stepping up and really kind of coming into his own as it relates to like the Wild Turkey. This is the first release where it's actually only Bruce's name on, let me close this real quick, on the front, as well as on the inside. So on the inside, you'll see here, Bruce Russell, Associate Master Blender. So this is truly Bruce's, like his baby, right? Which is really cool. Kind of, I would say it's almost like passing a torch in a lot of ways from his dad, from his grandfather, which is awesome. I mean, everyone obviously loves the Russell's family, including yours truly. So this is his true first baby. He kind of reenacted like the whole cheesy gold foil from the mid 80s. Shout out to Bruce. Shout out to the Russell family. Much love to the Russell family. All right, so let's dive into this one. So first and foremost, I'm going to give Bruce and the Russell family and just Wild Turkey in general credit. This design is amazing. I love the whole canister, like this box, if you will. Picture of the turkey. You also have a picture of the hunters. Again, remember when they were out hunting and so forth, and kind of came up with that name, Wild Turkey. And then in the far back here, you'll have to see this one if you get a chance to get a bottle. There's on top of like a whiskey barrel, there is a small bottle that is supposed to be reminiscent of the original gold foil. So really cool how Bruce kind of incorporated everything. This is fantastic. This is truly epic. All right, so Judge, what are your thoughts about this product versus some of the most recent releases that are similar in age? So Russell's 15 was a bold turkey funk expression, and it was a banger. Bold, I loved it like everyone else. It was very bold, right? All turkey funk. And then you had the Beacon, which was a blend of 16-year-old and 10-year-old, right? So where Russell's 15, which is 15-year-old, the Beacon was 16 and 10 years old. That was, in my opinion, like a very refined turkey funk, right? Where Russell's 15 was bold and vibrant, the Beacon was just very, man, it was an elegant pour, and I mean elegant. So this one, we'll see what this is all about. I have no clue. All I know thus far is that it cost me $400. $400, age 16 years. It is a limited annual release. Of course, this is the first release of it. And the last thing I will say before I dive into the palate and the nose and so forth, this one was proofed down. So Bruce did proof this down to 120 proof. I guess that's where he felt it was like the perfect proof point for the entire blend and for the entire batch. Cool? All right. Let's dive into this one. So 120 proof, age 16 years. This is the brand new gold foil edition. It's age 16. All right, let's dive into this. Beautiful color, I will say that. Beautiful color. Jeez. Let's get into the nose. Oh man, that is nice. Jeez. This nose will have you just coming back over and over and over. So there's a lot going on in this nose. This is a tough one. It's obviously at its core, it screams the turkey funk, but it has like a cherry cola meets like a honey kind of a note. You get some leather, obviously a ton of oak. Oh my gosh. This is just amazing. The oak, the leather, the cherry cola, but it also has a wonderful influence of honey in the background too. Very soft. A slight peanut note as well. A little bit of a peanut. Smidge of pepper. Oh my gosh. I let this one sit and breathe. I opened it a while ago, maybe like 20-25 minutes ago. I had to let this one breathe because I wanted to experience everything when I sip this one. All right, here we go. Jeez, this is like amazing. Oh man, it is just all turkey all day long. Goodness gracious. All right, here we go. Hey, real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know, what are your thoughts on this bottle? I know price-wise, a lot of people might say, Judge, you know what, I'm going to pass it up because it's $400, and I respect that. I do respect that. But let me know if you're hunting for this bottle or even hunting for a pour of it at like a whiskey bar, right? Because you'll be able to find it at a really good whiskey bar. Last but not least, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right. Hey, cheers to Wild Turkey and cheers to Bruce Russell coming up with his own. I love it. Nice job. All right. Cheers. Shit, that's good. That is good. Man, that coats the mouth so well. Oh my gosh, and look at the oils from the whiskey going down the glass. That's sexy too. Hold on, I gotta get another little sip. I knew it was gonna be good, obviously. This is really good. Hold on. Wow. First and foremost, everything from the nose matches the palate. There's one exception though. There's one exception. It's everything I had. There's not a ton of honey in the mid palate and end of the palate. There's a small hint. I had in the nose, it's a small hint, but not a lot. This is definitely way more just pure, that turkey funk, that cherry cola meets leather, meets oak, a little bit of pepper, almost like a dark kind of like a grape plum kind of a note, if you will. I need another pour of this. That is, goodness gracious, I was not trying to drink a lot of whiskey today other than this review and that one pour. But this is worth another pour. Hold on. I also love the proof point. At 120, it's a nice long finish. It's very refined. Wow. All right, I have my thoughts too about Beacon versus Russell's 15. I have my thoughts about this one. Man, I'm gonna leave that right there because this is way too good. Way too good. All right, let me have this last sip and then I'm gonna give you my final judgment. All right, here we go. Cheers again. That's elegant. That is just like, that is truly perfection in a glass. It really is. It's truly elegant. It coats the mouth very well. It's very creamy, very silky. It's a nice long finish, but at 120 proof, it actually, I would say it probably sips lower, maybe like 105, 108. It doesn't sip like it's 120. It's a nice long finish, very consistent, and it is a refined, and I mean refined, elegant pour. So, two things. First and foremost, Judge, is this a buy if you have the money? I want to be respectful. Or is it at least worth a pour in a bar when you want to splurge yourself? I get it. Now, everyone wants to run out and spend $400 plus tax, so $440, $430, depending on where you live. But is it at least worth a pour in a bar? Absolutely. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. And I want to emphasize ridiculous. Literally. That is fantastic. And I mean fantastic. Whew. Second thing, I gotta calm down. Second thing, when I think of Russell's 15 and I think of Beacon, it's almost like the two of them are almost kind of like, if you probably blended Russell's 15 and Beacon together, this is probably honestly very close to it. It's more clean and refined like Beacon, but it has a little rough edge to it as well, like Russell's 15. That has a lot of that funk in there. But overall, this is exceptional. Either way, it is worth a pour at a bar. And if you don't mind spending a couple $100, in my opinion, this is worth it. I'm glad I bought it. Put it that way. A lot of times I'm not glad to spend a couple $100 on whiskey. But for this one, I am A-okay with it. It is superb. Hey, my friends that sit in this courtroom, peace, cheers, most important. Salute. Take care. See you guys.